Today we did a little spearfishing, got into some fish, saw some incredible sharks, had a couple of close calls. Now we're on the islands cooking up a feed. Don't go anywhere, you guys. You ain't gonna want to miss this. All right, morning strike fishing. Joey and I getting after it. We're gonna hit up a spot. Last time we saw wahoo there. That's what we're going for today. Hopefully we see something, or at least see something cool, maybe something shoot worthy. But I'll see you guys out there in the deep, deep blue water. Welcome back underwater, everyone. So now this day I was expecting kind of clearer water, but you see this setup that we do when we go offshore. Now the thing I have draping down are called flashers, and we also use little bits of chum to kind of scent the water, also to bring in maybe some tuna or any kind of creature. And another good thing that I do is I follow the chum down, especially on a day like this where the viz isn't perfect. At least we didn't think it was perfect. There was like a nasty filmy layer on the top of the water, but once you got past it, it ends up being super clear. And you see stuff coming into the flashers as well as the chum. And now this barracuda comes into the chum. I have my mind set up that I want something to eat, so I'm gonna go ahead and pursue this cuda. He's pretty decent size, and I take a super long shot on this guy. Now I ended up spining him, but the tip of my spear was barely in there. Now this fish is dead. I'm trying to not pull him into me because I know that shaft just fell out, and you can hear Joey grunting at me, and that bull shark just came in hot. That was the first shark we saw all day, and he just munches on the cuda. Unfortunately, that kind of sucks. And there really wasn't much else I could have done in that situation, and I always hate to lose a fish.
Did you see that wahoo I just shot? Did you see what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they came up hot.
Yeah, it was one or two. Damn it. I was trying to shoot lunch. Darn.
So we reset, and we're basically doing the same thing. We're just making passes in probably like, I think 200 to 300 feet of water, and there's some structure on the bottom, and there's a chance it could hold some wahoo or even some other pelagics if you go deep, or the chum and flashers bring them up from the wreckage. So I make a drop, and this is honestly the same deal. I'm using that chum kind of as a guide to follow down to the bottom. Obviously not going to go to the bottom, but I want to make sure I get a little deeper, that potentially a wahoo or cobia or something could come by. Sure enough, a cuda comes by. I need lunch. Gave him the shaft, and I made a really good headshot on this guy. I know he's not going to come out. Not a stone shot, but he was close enough. I was trying to go for a headshot, and Joey goes ahead, makes a drop, which is exactly what you need to do. And he's not really putting a shaft in the fish. He's just kind of down there hanging out by the fish, hoping to play defense if, in fact, a bull shark comes around. And one does come around, but it's not until later. But yeah, they were definitely around. This was kind of our cue to get out of here. You see that bull shark off in the distance, and we know that the sharks here are going to be relentless. So we're going to go ahead and probably move spots after I get this fish in the ski. And now once I get a fish, I'm not eager to get it on ice. You can see me, I just end up laying this one on the side of the ski, and I will take care of it later after we're done doing this drift. So we go into some kind of deeper water, actually not deeper than where we were, but it's on the deeper side. This wreck is in probably a little over 100 feet. We make a drop, or I make a drop by myself. I look from the surface, I'm kind of scanning. I see a huge school of what I saw were mangrove snapper, and there's one in there that really dwarfed all the other ones. And I'm kind of hesitant on taking a shot because I know that my shaft could go into the wreck. But after a minute, I think to myself, okay, I can make a shot on this fish. Gonna take a shot. Sure enough, I missed. This guy dodged it, and my shaft went right into the wreck. Now at this point, I had to make a choice. I decided to dump my reel line because I had to realize that I only have a certain amount of time to get up to the surface before I run out of air. So dump the reel line. I'll assess the situation once I get up to the surface. Most likely I'm going to have to hook the line up to the ski, but that's really not the best situation.
you see what happened?
Yeah, I see what, yeah, but what was it?
There's a big mang.
Yeah. That's gonna be a toughie.
If I just hook it to the ski and try to rip it,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Fortunate for me, all that line out and me bobbing at the surface ends up ripping the shaft out, and I got my shaft back. We kept on drifting to another piece of wreckage, and sure enough, we had that milky, silty layer on the surface. There's a ton of sharks and also a ton of life on this drop. And the way we're doing this, we're not really going straight to the bottom and sitting, because you can't really do that where we're diving. When the current is absolutely pumping, if you sit on the bottom, your ride and your buddy divers will just keep drifting past you, and by the time you come up, it'll be super, like, they're not even going to be able to see you. On this drop, ended up going past that murk. I saw a nice permit off in the distance, but I end up seeing that bull shark come in. I know it's going to turn on that fish if I take the shot. I keep lining up, and that bull shark just keeps coming into me because I'm doing a little bit of kicking, pursuing that permit. So I decided to opt out on shooting this guy. I'll go ahead and head to the surface and try to make another drop. Hopefully he won't go too far. So on my very next drop, I go down, I get past that nasty, milky thermocline, and it opens up and is absolutely beautiful. You can see it's probably maybe 80, 90, almost 100 foot of visibility on this structure. I see bull sharks just cruising around, patrolling the distance. Barracudas are absolutely everywhere. And at this point, I see two lonely permit. Sure enough, there's bull sharks everywhere. But I told myself, if these fish come in close enough that I can try to get a stone shot, I'm going to take it. At least if it's not a stone shot, it's going to be a really good holding shot in the front of the fish so I can really guide him up to the surface. Take the head shot. Sure enough, here comes a bull shark hauling butt into this fish. And I kind of dump the reel a little bit so the fish can kind of act normal and swim away. And I'm actually kind of shocked that this thing didn't get sharked, but I knew Joey was hot in pursuit. There he goes, hauling butt down to the fish. And that's what I highly suggest. If your buddy pulls the trigger, not even if you see what kind of fish it is, if he pulls the trigger, you turn around and go straight down. Try to help out, defend from the sharks, or at least get another shaft in the fish. He saw my shot was good, so he just made sure he went down. And you can see him, he doesn't even kick on his way up to the surface. He just ascends, and that way he doesn't attract more unwanted attention for the bull sharks.
Nice job, dude. Nice job. Yeah.
Guys, epic little morning dive session. Didn't get a ton, but I did get lunch. I'm gonna clean up that permit. I will see you guys at the island where I'm cooking up a nice little feed. All right, so I ran into a fellow subscriber. This is Blake
Spearo.
Blake Spearo, not Spearo, with a W. And I'm gonna give him the Barracuda. I love permit. I'm gonna eat that one for lunch. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give him this Cuda.
I'll tell you what, it's a perfect day for it because I couldn't be more thankful.
Yeah, that's right. Thanksgiving, baby.
That's right.
There we go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice and
She's
cold, too.
slick, too.
Yeah, dude, they're nasty. You got them?
Yeah.
Right on, dude. Hell yeah. I was like, man, I really don't want to deal with like cleaning that, and you know, especially since I got the permit, because you know, a permit are freaking delicious. And but yeah, so I was like, maybe I can, you know, see if a fisherman wants it on the bridge or something. Dude, glad I ran into you. Yeah, enjoy.
No doubt.
And that is how it's done. I probably don't even need this because pretty sure I just beached myself. Not a bad area to cook. Nice little cove. Sick. God, I love this kind of like natural Florida, like untouched areas. If you have places like these, definitely savor them. Go to them as much as you can and enjoy them as much as you can. And I love nothing better than to have a nice little day on the water and enjoying the nice little secluded areas and just cooking and having a nice evening or lunchtime to myself. All right, you guys, any chance you get to cook over, well, clean over the ocean and give back to the resource, super beneficial to the ecosystems. Otherwise this stuff just goes into the trash. So if you could cook at a cleaning station or clean at a cleaning station at a dock and then throw your carcasses and stuff back for the crabs and basically the ocean to intake it and give it back to the natural resource, I highly suggest doing that if at all possible. Oh God, this isn't the ideal cleaning table, but it will do. But yeah, make the incision right there, work your way down the back. And now I'm gonna have enough for lunch, but I also have a baggie, and I'm gonna save this for dinner rest of the week, hopefully. But yeah, this is about as primitive as it gets. I love doing stuff like this. If you've enjoyed these kind of videos, go ahead and leave a comment, let me know. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. If you're interested in seeing how these things are cleaned, just let me know. It's gonna take a minute. Permit are super tough to clean because they have a lot of bones right here that are making it a little tough. But either way, we're gonna get into it, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, guys, I had to move to the cooler because I needed a level surface to skin these guys out. But I'm basically done. What you want to do is, once you're done, for sure, rinse it in some fresh water, or sorry, fresh salt water, and then you want to make little bite-sized nuggets like that. And just like perfect ones where you can grab with your hand and munch on. And then you're just gonna put them in a bag, and I'll show you what we do with this mixture once we get up on dry land. Got everything set up. Look what I got. Check this out. Got the pan. It's cooking, going off. I have everything in that little box, and then I just brought that extra bucket just because, you know, I feel like you always need an extra bucket. But yeah, so what we're gonna do to season these guys up, I got some random beer batter that I found. Not gonna use beer though. I'm gonna use some club soda, and I'm just gonna mix these two in here, and then yeah, shake it all around, and that's what I'm gonna batter them with. Yeah, I'm just gonna mash it around, make sure everything gets caked everywhere, and it's like almost like a, I don't know how to say it, it's almost like a cream that this stuff is in there. And I'm just gonna take them out piece by piece, toss them in there. Once that oil gets nice and boiling hot, not boiling, but just hot enough to cook. Try not to crowd the pan. I got it, almost did it. And I think it'll be enough for two go-arounds, which will be perfect. I'm gonna go wash my hands, this is gross. Look at those babies go. So what I'm doing, I'm not making sure, I don't wanna undercook them and I don't wanna overcook them. I'm gonna wait for them to be nice and golden brown on the one side. I'm gonna go in and flip them over, and I cannot wait to eat. I'm freaking starving. I didn't have any breakfast, went for that Wahoo mission, unsuccessful on the Wahoo mission, but okay, shoot. Oh, these things are sticking. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, perfect. That's what we like to see. Here, it's like a, look, they don't even stick to the pan. They're almost like egg rolls. Okay. All right, I need 2 hands for this. All right, second batch is going on. Time to taste test. I hope this stuff ain't too hot. I took it off a little early because I didn't want it to overcook, you know? But it is the taste test time. It's gonna be hot, especially because it's like encased in this little batter. Wow. That crunchy flavor with the white flaky, look at that. So freaking good, my God. Permanent are absolutely delicious, especially the smaller ones like the one that I shot. And this, guys, is freaking good. It's like crunchy on the outside with flavor, and that white stuff in the middle. Oh, freaking awesome. I don't know if it's just, it tastes really good, or it's that I'm freaking starving, but I'm gonna dig into this, guys. I still got some more cooking to do. I gotta punch back home. But if you guys enjoyed this kind of episode, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. Comment below if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please subscribe, help share the channel. You don't have to, of course, but it's free. and you guys get notified anytime I put out some content. Like always, guys, I'll see you next week for another adventure. Later.